he decided that he's smarter than anyone else, and he did what he did. So basically, this first recorded computer password lasted only for several months.
Okay.
And people started questioning the password itself in the early 2000s. And I remember that in the early 2000s, Bill Gates predicted death of password as a single measure of protection. And around this time, AT&T and Kim.com, he also claims that. So they invented a two-factor authentication system to strengthen the password. And
so it's like, again, evolution of the password. It wasn't just like one layer. It's now two layers with the 2FA.
So basically, humankind around early 2000s, they realized that passwords are not safe enough, and you need to do something about the passwords. And the best idea became at the moment, and it is active right now, to employ a two-factor or multi-factor authentication.
So why is password not enough? Because what if you have a really long password? I guess my question is, can you crack any password?
Yes, and the thing is, why we have such huge numbers of cybercrimes? Because people, they do not realize how many ways are out there to steal your password. And for example, people think that the only way to hack your password is to brute force it.
And by brute forcing, you mean like try
to try all the possibilities, check one by one. Yes, this is the method, but it's most desperate method used by hackers, because it's like if nothing works, you use brute force. But beside brute force, you can get your password by abusing password recovery function. You can use social engineering on a support agent of a large company like Apple or Google. You can introduce yourself as a victim and fish this password out of support agents. You can infect the machine of the victim and put a keylogger on this machine, the program which records all the keystrokes. And the amount of methods are such big that it's very easy to steal the password if it's only password what protects you.
I see. So because of that, we need to use 2FA. So does 2FA overcome all of those aforementioned, ways of getting a password?
No.
No? It's still...
Yeah, you can hack the 2FA too, but it's exponentially harder to do that.
Like 100 times more difficult to hack someone if they have 2FA.
I'm not sure about the number, but... this joke about two huntsmen running from the bear and one huntsman putting a Snickers while he's running. And this one. And then the second one tells the first one, why are you putting Snickers? Because you won't outrun the bear even in Snickers. And the guy answers, I don't have to outrun the bear. I have to outrun you. So the idea behind this, if you have 2FA enabled on your accounts and some automated system are collecting passwords, you're just too hard target for them, and they won't spend much time on you. So you must realize that it's quite unusual for hackers to spend time on individual person. At least you did something really wrong and someone really wants to get you good, But usually it's automated bots or crawlers which working like 24/7 and trying to get the weakest of the pack. And if you are using only password, you are the weakest of the pack.
You're the weakest link, essentially. So
and the thing is that they did a research on how many people fell victims of a cyber attack during last year, and around 2/3 the answer that in some extent or another were victims of a cyber attack, or they felt that they were attacked. Well, 2/3 but I think its number is much higher, because remaining 1/3 maybe they were hacked, but they don't even know about that. So basically, imagine playing Russian roulette with 4 bullets in chamber. Would you play this kind of game?
I don't think anyone would.
Yeah, but let that statistic sink in.
So why do people just not use 2FA? I know, and I wanted to bring on this topic as well, just talking about, security and privacy over convenience, and I think, 2FA, it's easy to use. I think it's very easy to use. But people still don't want to do it. So why people are still hesitant about using 2FA? Is it laziness? Is it lack of knowledge about, cybersecurity? And they're probably thinking that they're not a target, essentially. Like, nobody wants my information.
Yeah, so statistic is like that. So if you're speaking about a private user, 2FA is used by 40% of users. If you are speaking about corporate users, companies and employees, so this number is going like 60 or 75% because of policies employed in companies. So basically,
but not each company has these policies, so that's why the number is not like 100%.
So you have better chances to have your account protected if it's a corporate account, because it's 60 to 75% are protected by 2FA. If you have private accounts,